I love it. I love it. Happy witching hour, y'all. I have been doing my hair and I gotta come and talk about something real quick. And I want y'all to really, really, really take heed to what I am talking about. Which is why I love to teach basic craft to my clients. Okay. And I am going to tell y'all exactly what is up with that. Um, and talk to you guys about how I feel like for some reason colored people, and it's not just black people, okay? Because you can be a person of color and be Palestinian. You can be a person of color and be Native American. You can be a person of color and be Armenian. Okay. A person of color is not just a black person. Okay. Just to let y'all know. Now, and if you just so happen to run into somebody that is a scam artist or a slumlord, it's not just one race of person. It's not just white people. You can run into a black person like that. And what I want to talk about specifically is landlords and people renting out houses and things of that nature. Okay. Now, pretty much what I want to tell you is that this is one of the reasons why I want to move out of the Georgia area, or at least out away from the area that I'm in, and why I decided that, it seems like down here it is very heavily saturated with a lot of scamocious, scummy, slummy landlords. In fact, that's why they just changed the state law this year in June. Coincidentally, was it on my birthday? It might have been on my date of birth. To where landlords can go to jail if you report a building code violation of something that is unsafe for you, something that the landlord is doing that they should not be doing. Landlords can face fines and jail time. They actually just passed that law this year in June because of the oversaturation of scamocious landlords. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because number one, you should try to buy your home. You should, even if it's a tiny home. Okay, as long as you own it, you should buy it. But of course, for some reason, what people have found is that there seems to be a lot of discrimination, in particular when it comes to women, when we are applying for these mortgages and things of that nature. And so, if you don't come from a um, just a stable familial background, if you got some bull crap going on in your family, it's very difficult out here, right? However, it does not matter your situation. Your landlord has a responsibility to make sure that you are living in safe and sound and secure living conditions. Your landlord, the people that own your property that you live in, or wherever it is that you live, they have a responsibility to do that. You know what I've noticed? I have noticed throughout the years that whenever people are having issues with their landlord, they get scared because for some reason you think of these people as God. Well, they're not God just because they purchased a house or either just because they own an apartment building, which apartments for some reason are unfairly held up to higher standards than these people renting these houses. And I don't know why. It's got to be witchcraft, whatever. Okay. And if for some reason, these people that rent houses, they act like you got to bend over, give them your heart, your lung, and your damn spleen. And that's not the case. You are paying these people rent to live there. They would have no income without you there paying it. But what I've noticed is that, especially in the South, there's this fear to question anybody. And trust me, I have in the past couple of months, I have not only faced and overcame a corrupt attorney, but as well as a corrupt judge. If I'm paying you 1,000 a month, 1,500 a month, 2,000 a month, I'm paying you that monthly, and you sit up here and you allow rodents to chew through the roof, and like for example, with my situation, raccoons chew through the roof to get into the house. Is that my fault? I lived for over a year. It took them over a year. The owners of my house, they kept switching management companies. As soon as the management company would mention to them what would need to be done, which would be to trim the trees, as well as fix the roof. And then there's still a patch that needs to be done on the side of the house, on the side of the fireplace, just like a little hole over there where anything can get in, it can shimmy in and slide in, and they're definitely doing that. And they formed a tunnel in the house. How did the landlord decide to remedy that? By cursing me and trying to throw me out into the streets, because they didn't want to, either maybe they don't have insurance, or maybe they didn't want their fucking insurance premium to go up, even though I've had to pay taxes. Like, they literally sent me a tax bill. I feel like I own this house now. Like, are you kidding me? I got to pay the taxes. I'm the tenant. I had to help them pay their taxes. They charged me for the taxes, right? And not only that, I've been living here since 2020. They done made thousands of dollars off of me. And then when the tough gets going, you're just gonna throw me away. I didn't let that happen. So y'all know that, and I'm only discussing that aspect of it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna divulge any other details. But here's the thing about it, is that what people tend to do, and I've never done that. First of all, when that raccoon was in the attic, I would contact them. Hey, it's a raccoon in the attic. Why is it that it seems like people in the South are afraid to, like, you have the right. You have to feel that in your kundalini. You have to feel that in your root chakra. Otherwise, you're disconnected from anything that gives you any kind of empowerment at all, right? And so you can't just sit there. And what I found, because there was a lady last year that started having issues with her landlord, I guess she blamed it on me. What we tend to do as persons of color is, every time somebody tries to get over on us, we internalize it and point it towards one another, which is a weak thing, a weak thing. And in that way, you're always a victim. You know what? Let me tell you something. Whatever it was that lady was going through with her landlord had nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Why she internalized it? Because I don't know. Because I don't know. She had a mold problem. I didn't cause your mold problem. I didn't do that. How could I possibly do that? I mean, I could do it if I wanted to. I didn't give a shit. Wasn't thinking about this person. And she just came. And that's what people of color do. They internalize every damn thing towards one another and end up being weapons of destruction against one another. If you are renting a place and paying those bills there, I'm gonna tell you something. That's just like last night. I can still hear something rattling around up in my attic. You know what I did? I contacted city code enforcement again for the second time so that they can do an internal inspection of that attic, because there's something moving around up there. I don't know. It could be a person. It could be a squirrel. It could, why you listen. People can sit up there. That's just like that corrupt judge tried to make a joke out of that. No, look, listen, Mr. Corrupt Judge. I'm not gonna call his name. How would you feel if you had a damn raccoon up in your attic? So that's when you're doing these psychic readings and stuff, and you see the King of Pentacles in the inverted position. What that means is this is a person that has money and status, and they can pay for anything, and so they kind of tend to take for granted other people and try to treat people that don't have as much money as them as if they not nothing. And then some people that really don't have no money, they do that too, which I don't know why. I don't know, like who are you? You don't have a pot to piss in. I've had people do that. But that it's supposed to be appreciation on both sides. And for some reason, for whatever reason, the people that you're doing business with, and I've noticed that people in Georgia, their business practices are all off. You know what I'm saying? So stop being afraid to say something and to speak out. I was the same way back in 2021, but the only reason why is because I have a high level of tolerance. And then also another reason is because we were going through the pandemic and everything. What I wish that I would have did when I realized that they were going to let that raccoon just live in the attic rent free for 6 months, I should have took advantage of the pandemic moratorium and just moved my black ass up out of this house is what I should have did. When I realized after 6 months the owners was not going to address it in a speedy fashion. And when they did the cheapest thing possible. Now there's a big gash somewhere up there where rodents they're still somehow coming in, or they're up there. I believe that the raccoon that was up there had babies, and I believe that it may be one of the babies up there. Maybe it's been feeding off of other animals or something up there. It's like an animal fucking kingdom right above my head. It's fucking insane. I've got a zoo over here. And so what I should have did was went ahead and moved. But at the time, I should have taken care of it then. I was too busy. I understand you got a lot to think about. So think about it. A lot of these people, these landlords, they you can't be a landlord and think of your property that you own as passive income. Hey, bro, listen, no, it is not passive income. Oh, I just collect a check. And when the check don't come in, oh, there's a problem. This is supposed to be some passive income. And that's exactly how they look at it. No, you have to stay active, and you have to be active, an active participant in that. And I'm not talking about just coming by fixing a dishwasher. I'm not talking about sending an electrician to fix a stove. If your tenant has wild animals crawling throughout the damn house and rodents, you have to address that. And see, that's one of the things that I'm currently dealing with my landlord. He actually had the nerve and the audacity to email me back talking about the rodents are your responsibility. I said, when? That's not in my original lease. Oh, it's in your lease agreement. You have a structural problem here, and that's why they're getting in. You don't have to cower down and say, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be homeless. I'm scared." Oh, they got power. You know what? Take your power back from these people. They already done set up there and took your money. They already breached their contract. The owners of my house, they breached their contract a long time ago. It's been a breach for 2 years now. And they have to accommodate you for that too. They have to accommodate you for that as well. They can't just sit up there and go, "Oh, deal with it." No, I don't. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. When you watch these court case TV shows and stuff, usually the judge is just like so steadfast on the tenant's side. But you get up in some of these courtrooms over here in Georgia and you run into corrupt judges. Yeah. Okay. And they think, oh, and that's why you got to put everything in paper. Everything has to be in writing. And then also you have to protect yourself from them corrupt people. You have to protect yourself spiritually so that they're not just able to just like, oh, this person is a threat to my career. We may have to go over here and get rid of this person. Like, I don't think so. You're going to have to explain why you're allowing a slumlord to operate the way that they are operating. And this is what's going to have to get called to action. So, guys, don't be afraid and don't let stuff go. Stop letting stuff go. Don't just let stuff slide. Take care of it, do it in writing. And yeah, it may make you uncomfortable. It might cause an uncomfortable situation and maybe even a little mini war between you and your landlord. But guess what? That landlord is going to have they'll respect you. You know, and then especially when it comes to women renting, and you got a male landlord or a male owner, oh, they will try to run all over you just because you're a woman. And like I've experienced it. And I didn't experience this in Kansas when I lived there. I didn't experience this in Missouri either, but for some reason, specifically over here in the South. And see, I don't think that way. I'm a Midwestern gal. That's why I want to move and relocate back to where I came from. Not because of somebody down here that scared me. No, no, I've been here for almost 10 years now, y'all. Okay. What I found is that you run into a lot of corrupt landlords down here, and they are pretty much getting away with it because people are too afraid to speak up. And renting a house should not ruin your life, it shouldn't ruin your credit. No. And if that's what your intent was when I moved in, well, guess what? I'm going to foil your plan. And that's all it is to it. So I don't know what's up with these people. I really don't. I was looking at tornadoes last night, just videos on this channel about tornadoes. And y'all know from my hometown where I come from, Missouri, tornadoes are a very real thing, right? But I was looking at this tornado over in Texas, and it literally had legs and a scythe. They call it the dead man walking Jarrell, Texas tornado. I'd rather live that way because I think that I don't know if it's a spirit in Georgia or whatever, to where I guess if you a black person, and I guess if you're not privileged enough to own your home, which that doesn't even make any sense, because if you're renting, you're basically providing the landlord with the privilege of paying your rent, paying them money. So, on either side, you're still privileged if you are living as a renter. I don't know where the ignorant like spirit comes from, but I banish that spirit from up around me every single day. And a lot of y'all need to as well, because I think that it's a kundalini lowering and weakening spirit where you're supposed to feel like you don't deserve any better treatment or you don't deserve to be accommodated. And I'm going to tell y'all something. When I had to go to court for my landlord, I could sense spiritual work being done on me. Yeah, your landlords will practice the craft against you. I could sense work being done to weaken me, and to confuse me and to cause chaos to me, so that I wouldn't be able to gather up my evidence and send it into the court. Yeah. I don't know where that comes from, guys, but to me, what it seems like is that, and this is something very, very historical that we've noticed with landlords and landowners, is that they will not appreciate, you need to appreciate that tenant and show the tenant more appreciation. If you are afraid to report a maintenance issue to your landlord, more than likely they might have threw some kind of mojo bag already in that house and when they bought it. Okay. And so that you as the tenant would be afraid to even say anything, because even though we in the Bible Belt, it's a lot of people down here practicing the craft in some kind of way, whether or not it's hoodoo, voodoo, santeria, so it may be an energy or a spirit in your house already. That's why it's very important when you go into these places to do your own mojo on it. And it's just a very scary situation. I can tell you that y'all gonna have to be patient. Y'all gonna have to listen to what I am saying to y'all. And like, I'm very close to purchasing a home. I cannot wait because, even though the government can seize my property at any time for eminent domain, I learned about all this stuff when I had my real estate license. Is that if the government decides, they could come through here right now and say, hey, we need to use this area of Stone Mountain for commercial government property. The government can seize the property, tear your house down, and you just be out of there. Okay. Even if you own it. So I understand that the government does that, but at least you don't have to deal with no middleman, and I can't wait until that happens because, guys, I'm going to tell you something. I've been renting for years and I'm going to be a first time home buyer and I'm 46 years old. Okay. And, it's just really sad. Like, honestly, it has inspired me to get involved and maybe possibly even have my own real estate company someday, to where I can help people and rent out homes to them, and they don't have to worry about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to worry about a landlord. And then some of these landlords, let me tell y'all something. Some of these landlords are vampires. You understand what I'm saying? Some of them are vampires. Okay. And so they think everything in they don't rented this house. I own your energy. I own you. I do whatever I want to do with you. And that's not a part of your contract that you signed, which is why you do need to make sure you read your lease agreements, because you never know it. It could be something that's reworded, or, people, let me tell you something, bad people in this world, they will get you to they'll put a contract on your energy or your life or your soul. They don't have to have your permission, and they're delusional enough to believe that, right? Like, oh, I can do that, whatever. Who are you? Like, I'm me. Who the hell, who are you? And people will do that. So you have to really, really, really work on yourselves and not allow people to take over you like that. And see, what I do is, this is something that I recognize. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I recognize very deeply, and I understand it can be a very scary experience. But it's so much there for you. Okay, it's so much there for you to help you spiritually, legally, and just emotionally and physically from what they're doing. Okay, because I can tell you that here's another smooth move that they do. You decide you're ready to move, and you put in a notice to vacate, and the landlord files a lie of wrongful eviction on you. This is a move that slumlords will make. Your rent will be paid. You won't owe a balance, But the landlord, because you gave a notice to vacate, I've had somebody do that to me in Georgia when I lived on Charter Way. You know what that landlord did? I didn't owe him no money. Mm-mm. The rent was paid. Okay. It was paid. He filed a wrongful, unlawful eviction to stop me from moving. I don't know what the hell that was about. He decided, oh no, you're not going to take my money somewhere else. Because if they open up an eviction case against you, your new landlord is going to see that. And they're going to go, oh, I can't rent to you. You have an open case against you. So that's another thing you have to look out for, man. They be doing dirty business down here in Georgia. And it's a huge problem. And, the landlord ended up making good on it, but it's just a point. I wasn't never stressed about it because I'm way too blessed to be stressed. And there's actually vlogs on this channel from 2019 when it all went down. Listen, you better know thyself, you better know your ancestors, and you better feel your divine right to not be done that way. And if you're weakened, you need to strengthen yourself. Okay? Because it ain't right. I can tell you that right now, it ain't right what they be doing. So, and oh man, people will try to steal from you. That's just like that money that I got from my mother's house. It's a lady trying to steal the money from me. Like, and she ain't even, you not my, are you my sister? Who are you? She's no relation. She's not an heir of my mother. Guess what she was trying to do? She was trying to send death magic to me so that I could die and not fight for that money. I said, what the fuck? Y'all, I'm telling you, boy, people are dirty as shit. This lady was actually wishing death on me so that she could get that money. I said, ain't this about a bitch? People are scandalous, man. And then, see, here's another thing. When you get a good person like myself that's going to play it fair with you, after people been done like that, then they think, oh, I got to fuck over Jamila. Don't fuck me over. Mm-mm. I'm one of the fairest people you ever deal with. I already know how folks are. Yeah, this lady that like, I'm like, damn, bitch, are you a demon? She literally pulled some fucking slick shit. She was trying to do death magic on me so that she could steal my mother's money. I saw her do it. Obviously, it didn't work. I got way too much protection around me, way too much. Okay. Demonic and angelic. So she wasn't able to do it, but I did feel it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And my spirits are going to let her have it. Oh, God, they're going to let that lady have it. People are a trip. It's a lot of dirty people, a lot of evil going on in this world, you guys. And, but when people get a good person, they think, oh, let me take advantage. Don't do that. Don't take advantage of the good people in your life that care about you. And that's exactly what I don't know why, I have fair business practices. Okay. But I'ma tell you, like when y'all be renting these places and stuff, and you got one of them slummy kind of scummy ass landlords, I'ma tell you what you do, boo boo. Hey Amber, I'ma tell you what you do. And see, that's why I like for y'all to have y'all own stuff, because sometimes these people that you're doing business with will send you some stuff, and you need to at least know how to burn stuff and how to do them burns, how to do Mr. Burns. You need to learn how to do that stuff, and in that way, because when you contact me about some stuff, I gotta charge you for doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a small fee, but anyway, get in my Yule circle, you guys, because we're going to be doing a lot of stuff for Yule. And it's just a lot of stuff, the things that people are doing. And now I don't live in a reality where everybody's trying to vampire off of me. That reality is not a reality. But I'm giving you guys good, sound advice. There are some people, their reality is that they got to take from somebody else to get somewhere. That ain't never been my reality. But you may just so happen to be renting from a person like that. You may just so happen to be doing business with a person like that that feels as though they have to take away from others to sustain whatever it is that they're doing. And that's a reality that I've never had to live in, but I've noticed that somehow I got sucked into a damn vortex and I had to take my goddamn self out. But yeah, y'all, just okay, listen to the witch. I know what I'm talking about, okay? And make sure that you keep some pen and some paper handy, a little glass bowl, because some these people, they, oh man, they be up to no good out here these days. But try your damnedest to own the place that you live in. You know what I'm saying? Try your damnedest to do that. Because, even though me and my mother had felt falling out towards the end of her life, and my mother was possessed, my mother was under possession, okay? She still taught me this from a youngster, from the time I was 16 years old. That's why I still love and adore my mother before she got possessed, because my mother was under possession. And I get very sensitive when people talk about my mother. So that's why people, you better not talk about my mama. Don't say nothing about my mama. You don't know my mama. Okay. When I was a youngster, she would sit down and tell me that. And my mom was right about that. And she told me that because it was a lot of things that my mother knew about life. You know what I'm saying? She knew it about this world. And when we fell out, boy, she let me have it. She let me know. But the power of a mother. On my website, you can join my solstice on my website, sweetie. Just text me afterwards, and I'll schedule like just a little minute, little 10-minute reading, or a 10-minute, we can talk or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, guys, just keep that in mind, please. Like, and then we living in post-pandemic times. All of the people that kind of took advantage, like I wasn't that person. That's why I kind of looked at the owners of my property like, how dare you? Because I stuck it out. I stuck it out. I paid my rent on time every month through the pandemic. And I didn't just say, oh, shoot, I can move and get a new house right now. I can not pay my rent and not be evicted by law and move. I could have did that, but I stuck it out. And it just like, really? Oh, y'all owe me some money. It is what it is. But we living in post-pandemic times, and it's a lot of dirty, dirty, dirty stuff going on. And it don't even have to be that way. It don't even have to be that way. Like, why are people doing that? It don't have to be that way, but they doing it anyway. Just because they don't know no other way. You know what I'm saying? So stand your ground. That's called standing your ground right there. Because people will try to do you and screw you. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, like, for me, as a business owner that plays it straight with my clients, it's very difficult because a lot of my clients are dealing with dirty ass people. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I got, like, my apprentices, if y'all got this problem, text me your landlord's name and address. Text it to me. You know what I'm saying? But I think that also what needs to be established is home blessing, some kind of plan to where whatever it is. But I can tell you that, a lot of the times, when you're living under somebody else's roof, all of a sudden, and I don't know why, where, and why the disrespect, especially over in Georgia. A lot of these landlords and landowners, they do not respect their tenants. Like, you just a stupid idiot fool. I'm sorry. Listen, you don't respect the person that's making you rich. Hold up. Wait a minute. And what demon are you possessed by, baby? Because I'm not understanding these things. You heard me? That's just like your bank. It ain't no different. That's just like the bank or the mortgage company that holds the mortgage on your property if you're a homeowner and you pay them interest. Okay. The banks make those mortgage companies make money off of you. They make money off your interest. They don't have no right to treat you bad and to be disrespectful to you. Come on now. Where's the mutual respect at? They need to be rolling out the fucking red carpet for you. They need to be respectful. Without you buying that home, they would make no money. They making millions of dollars off of your interest, off of the fact that you don't have the funding to just give them cash for the house. So they make money like that. So who are you to try to treat me like I'm a second class citizen or something? Like, hold on, wait a minute. Hmm. So I noticed that also as well. But I think that when it comes to renters, they'll just treat you any kind of way. And it's a lot of people in this world, they're not like me. Like when I had to go to landlord tenant court, it's just a lot of people, their energy is just very like, oh, I don't mean nothing. I don't matter. I'm weak and they strong. And, and then their attorneys are dirty too. That, like, really? The stuff that they say, oh, baby. Okay. All right. You have a nice day. You have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's a trip. People will take your money and treat you like garbage, you know? And that ain't right. Okay. For real. So, mm-hmm. Right. And the rent amounts have went up. I think that they've been reducing the prices and stuff here lately. But I can tell you that my landlord, they raised my rent up like over like almost $500 this year. I was like, really? I was like, I'm sorry, baby. Do you, and you know what? Back then when it happened, I wasn't suspecting of that landlord that this man was like trying to do like some kind of domination on me. I wasn't aware of it, or he was trying to like use his, warlocky type of male powers on me. Because what I should have said was, hey, I'm refusing this, and I should have filed suit. I should have filed something with the courts because you can do that as well. Yeah, because my house don't have no upgrades either. You know what I'm saying? My house is very humble. And I like it in its rustic quality, but the upgrades that it needs so that it'll be more efficient is going to be the windows. And so I realized that some of my windows, the windows totally need to be replaced. Like they need a complete overhaul of this place. You know what I'm saying? They need to make upgrades because if you don't have sufficient windows or efficiency windows in your house, that's going to make your utilities higher. Over the summer, my utility bills was almost $400 because everything is inflating. So it's important for everybody to stay on point and quit laying down on the job, and that's how you can affect one another. You know what I'm saying? Because it made no sense for Mr. Coon to be up in the attic for like over a year, and then it's still something up there moving around. It'd be rattling around. It'd be quiet sometime. I think it listens to me talk. I think whatever that is up there in the attic, it thinks I'm its mother. Because I think it's one of the babies. Because I swear to y'all, when they got rid of that raccoon that was up there, she banged on whatever device that they put up there to keep her out. She banged on it for days. Like I could hear her feverishly trying to get back in here to her babies, and her baby is still up in the attic. Now, how do I know that the baby ain't gonna get bigger because he eating the insulation? They're eating the insulation, and that's why the upstairs is colder and hotter in the summertime, right? So it's a huge problem that the landlord let go. But how do I know that damn thing ain't gonna get big and strong and bust through the ceiling and get some kind of revenge on me, for its mama? It's kind of like it's very weird. You know what I'm saying? But I hear it rattling up there, and it's not like, I mean, hell, it's been a year. I don't know what that is up there though. I don't know what that is. Yes, ma'am, it was a raccoon. It was identified as a raccoon because they had sent like a regular exterminator, and he went up there, and he had on his little, what do they call that thing with the light on it? And he came down. He said, "Whoa, ma'am." I said, "What?" He said, "Ma'am, that's not a rat." I said, "What is it?" He said, "It's not a squirrel, it's a raccoon." He was like, "I can't do nothing with that." I was like, "Are you?" I was like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I'm gonna contact the owners and let them know that they have to send a wildlife specialist out here." So right off the bat, me and my family were in danger because raccoons can eat through the ceiling. And how do I know he ain't trying to eat through the ceiling right now so he can get to me? Raccoons are very aggressive. They will eat through the ceiling and they will attack people. So it was a very, very serious situation. And, I wish that I would have, moved at that time, but it just, you can't go back and change it, but the only thing you can do is pick up the pieces and try to move forward. But yeah, that right there. And a lot of, and so it wasn't that I was afraid to do anything, because y'all know I ain't afraid to say anything to anybody, whatever. I got an attitude problem when it comes to stuff like that. I'm not a difficult person or a problematic person to deal with. I am very respectful to the people that I do business with, but it was like my patience with them just ran very thin, because I'm like, "Hey, y'all just gonna, okay, you just gonna do me like that? Oh, okay, so it's like that. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you in court, because, and when you're like, for me, I'm not going to let their negligence create a debt for me, because it did make it more difficult for me to live and to work. There was a period of time when I was afraid to use my kitchen. It was a long period. And during that time, I had these huge fucking rats. I'm like, where the hell this damn rat come from? It shouldn't be here. What the hell? But they come in through the attic, and they got a tunnel around here. They got a tunnel. Yeah. So, and do I feel like they've affected our health? I ain't even, I say our peace of mind a little bit because of the worry, the stress, like, but otherwise, you know what I'm saying? So, you have a lawsuit against people when they do stuff like that. They supposed to be on there. They supposed to be at your crib pronto tanto to get that stuff fixed. And it doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are. They can't discriminate against you. You know, that goes against fair housing laws. But guess what they do is people out there, they violate fair housing laws every single day. They still do it. And why should you have to be compromised? For what? Why do you, like, I know I don't deserve that. I guess if you feel like you deserve that, then whatever. But I don't feel that I deserve that kind of treatment. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you add it up, you like, well, hell, I've been here, let's see, 12 months out the year. Sometimes it's 13. You know, that's like I done paid like $50,000. I done set up there and paid these people all this money, and you know, they just kind of treat me like I'm nothing. And then some of them will throw in some extra stuff. They'll be like, ooh, this is some nice, sweet, juicy energy. Ah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh no, don't go over there and get the raccoon out. This is the perfect time to yeah, I'm feeding off of your energy. You know, oh, I need my stove fixed. Oh, sure, I'll come over there and do that. Yeah. Are you gonna do something about the raccoon? No, I think we're gonna just let the forces of nature deal with that. You know, this is like, uh-huh. So, you know, it is what it is. And it did affect us. It affected me, especially because why is it right above my bedroom? Why is it not in the other bedroom? Why? And I think it's because there was a tree that was allowing them to like shimmy over into the house. So the trees have been needed to be trimmed, and they finally did that. But is that my fault? And what? Because I'm melanated, I'm supposed to just sit up here? What am I, just a bum? I'm just a loser? I don't think so. Y'all owe me money. Like, y'all, man, and you know, quit feeling that way. Quit feeling like you don't deserve more than what you're getting, because you do deserve more than that. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody casted no spell. You know, people be like, I can't, you casted a spell to make trees that were already overgrown when I moved in. You casted a spell and made the raccoon come. You ain't did nothing. The fact of the matter is that the landlord, the owners of the property, neglected what they were supposed to have done. And through that neglect, if you're a landowner or a landlord, if you neglect your property, you're neglecting the tenant. You're neglecting the tenant. That's just like if y'all come to me and y'all pay for a spell. I always, by law, I show you the work that I did. Whether or not it takes 10 minutes, an hour, or a month, or 2 months, or 3 months for that spell to manifest, which some things are more timely, I did the work. Okay, I have to do that work within a certain period of time. And you know, and so it just, I can't neglect to do my job and be making excuses. And I ain't never did that. I always do y'all work. Every time I say I'm gonna do it, it is done. Right? That's just like if you call me with issues with your landlord and they not doing what they supposed to do. You know, hey, I'll talk to you, tell you what you need to do, and then you know, you'll see things will get better. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it is a big deal. And I think that for some reason over in the South, it's just like, you know, do you actually have to live in a reality though where you're not appreciated because you're black? Not really. You don't have to live in that reality. You have a you have the right to live better than that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so anyway, y'all, I gotta go, because even when I'm just sitting here talking, I got like a whole like section of my hair that I need to do. So I gotta go and finish my hair. But y'all have a good one, man. You know what your rights are. You know what I'm saying? You know, feel your spine, you know. Well, I read that raccoons are good luck, is what I read, but They do, though. They do, because they got like the bandit eyes, like they got like the blacks around their eyes and stuff. But see, that's the chaos of my landlord. That don't have nothing to do with me. That's their confusion and chaos and bad energy, not Jamila. Because I knew when I moved in here, okay, I will be honest about this, is that I knew that the landlord, first of all, the management company didn't have that good of reviews. You know what I'm saying? But that kind of don't mean nothing sometimes. And I did kind of move in a hurry. But the owners of the property, when I was finally able to know, like, because I ain't gonna go into detail about that, but that's their chaos. That don't have nothing to do with me. I'm just renting the place. You know what I'm saying? So they need to get their stuff together and do what they got to do. And they need to, we'll be in court talking about it or whatever. And, you know, um, I know my spirits are going to keep me safe. Like, they're not going to come over here and break in the house and beat me up or nothing and try to kill me or whatever. They ain't that crazy. But, it just try to, as quickly as possible, own your own home. And we're actually doing that in our group with home ownership too, right? And it's not to say that if you get into my group, you're going to, buy a house that next month, obviously, but it'll at least get you on the road to that. And then also with my 1111 ritual, you can work on things like that as well. Okay. Like, and I'm not going to really get into the 1111 ritual, like I said, because, you know, yeah, it's something that I'll discuss with y'all privately because it's very privileged information. The new information that I've been getting in, from spirit about, as far as, what that's about, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But being in disguise ain't bad either, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people will take from you and try to, and they'll take, I think it's a lot of that going on in social media, people taking away from other people. And I'm just a small business. I have a small channel. 25,000 subscribers is not that many. And it just is, I do what I got to do. But anyway, all right, y'all. If y'all want to join my Yule Circle, because we're really focusing on healing and miracles, and yes, our energy will be protected because it's, yeah, I'm not going to get into that, but we are going to be harnessing a lot of healing energy and a lot of miracles that's going to come from sources that I'm not at privilege to discuss. Okay, so y'all are more than welcome to join. Yule itself is not until the 21st or the 22nd. However, we're still in Santa Martha's energy all month, but we still do certain aspects with certain intentions, okay? Leading up to that particular Sabbath day. Okay. And so all of my people that get my 1111 ritual, if you do it prior to Yule, if you do the 1111 ritual, you don't have to do Yule. You can if you just want to do something extra. But your 1111 working is going to get recasted during Yule. Okay. So I was talking about that. Okay, I got you, Amber. I was talking about that in my other live, but I know how it feels. So y'all just go back and review because I'm telling you something, this has been a lot going on. But anyway, y'all, I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Okay. Peace and love to y'all. All right. Bye.